Okay, so welcome back, guys. Oh god, you weren't supposed to see that yet. So I've been tinkering around with my iPhone, and so this is pretty much the best picture that I can possibly get. But anyway, so what you see in front of you is my mouse pad that I actually use for my my laptop. No, not really, but it is a mouse pad. And this is actually the playmat that I took to a tournament with me. Gosh, when was that? Back in like March? Yeah, actually it was right before the March ban list, so it was the end of February. And I took Dragon Exodia with me back when I used to run it. And oh my gosh, man, that killed everything at tournament. Like, even Prophecies, Mermail, Atlanteans, and Madolches went down to me. And even Fire Kings. But needless to say, that's not what I'm bringing you today. So what I'm bringing you is because I finally I was able to complete Quasar, but I'm not going to do Quasar today. Instead, what I'm going to do is Slifer Agents and Agent Exodia. So this isn't my deck because you know that I built it, but it was all electronic. Instead, it turns out that my roommate, who's also been my friend for the past couple of years, he used to run Agents, and I completely forgot about that until I came back. And yeah, so I was able to help him buy a few of the cards that were necessary for Slifer Agents and Agent Exodia. And he was kind of skeptical at first because, you know, it's like, why would I want to buy new cards? Are Slifer Agents and Agent Exodia actually good? And the truth is, yes, they are extremely good, as you've seen in some of my electronic duels. So anyway, I wanted to go through a few of the cards that are necessary for each type. And also what you would side in and what you would side out to switch from going from Slifer to Exodia, you know, this guy right here. So yeah, first let's go ahead and do Slifer Agents, because what you want to do if you go to tournament is you're going to want to run Slifer Agents first duel, because chances are if you're running Slifer Agents, your opponent will then eventually see, once you hit Tethys, once Tethys hits the field and you start having her effect go off, they're going to be like, oh, clearly this is Slifer Agents, because a lot of people know what Slifer Agents are. Not very many people know what Agent Exodia is. So what you do is in the next round, in the next duel, you side in Agent Exodia, because they'll be like, oh, I'm going to stop all his special summoning and whatnot, and all this other shit. But the truth is, you're not going to summon Exodia, you're going to just draw it all in your hand and you're going to win. So, first things first, you need one Slifer, the Sky Dragon. I used to run Monster Reborn, so that way I could hand destruct this guy, and then Monster Reborn him later, but since Monster Reborn got banned, I have another way of getting this guy out. So you need one Slifer. Man, this guy was so fucking hard for me to get, because he's the Mosaic Rare, which is a lot cheaper than the Jump, but still. Okay, you're going to want to run 2 trade-ins, and the reason why is because you run 6 level 8 monsters, 3 Hyperions and 3 Splendid Venuses. I'll get into them a little bit later. But the reason why trade-in is such a good card is because it doesn't neg your hand at all, and a lot of the times, like for Venus, it's absolutely good. A little hesitant about Hyperion, because in Slifer, in the particular case of running Slifer, you need to special summon 2 Hyperions in order to summon Slifer, right? So make sure that you only discard one of your Hyperions if you're running Slifer Agents, otherwise you have essentially fucked yourself. But anyway, trade-in, extremely good. Price went down because you probably can't see this. Yeah, oh god, my camera's horrible. Anyway, this came from the Blue Eyes White Dragon Saga Structure deck, whatever it's called. That Thundering Descent thing. So it really went down in price. Trade-in used to be a $4 card, so now it's very easy to get it. So put that aside. Next is 3 Hyperions, right? So you obviously need this guy. He's really good. First of all, because Heavy Storm is banned, which is what I used to run, this guy is mainly to pop the back row. Who cares about the front row? I mean, Slifer's going to have like 15,000 attack. So pop the back row. If you can't pop all of the back row, I do have Blackrose Dragon just in case. I mean, I don't have Blackrose Dragon with me. It's still in transit, but, you know, whatever. So Hyperion's really good. I run hand destructions, I'll show you later, just because you want to put your agents in the grave. That way you can banish to summon this guy, and then eventually you'll sack him for Slifer, right? Okay. So then you want to run 3 Earths. The reason why you want to run 3 Earths is because you need to run some agents, right? That way you can banish to summon Hyperion. So I run 6 agents, 3 Earths. And the reason why I like Earth is because, first of all, she's a +0. You summon her and you get an agent to your hand. Mainly, well, actually, you can only add Venus, so it wouldn't freaking matter. But the other reason is because she's a tuner. So if I'm stuck in a really bad place, I guess I'll just summon Blackrose, and in order to do that, I need my tuner. So that's the only reason why I even have her. Otherwise, she's no good, and she's just there to be banished to summon Hyperion. So anyway, all right. And then Splendid Venus, you need 3 of her because this is what makes up the 6 targets for your trade-in. So she's very good. You don't summon her. Do not freaking summon her. Her effect is quite nice, but do not freaking summon her. That's not her purpose. I mean, I guess if you're literally stuck and that's all you can do, then do it, but otherwise, no. But she's really good because she's that level 8. Also, you'll notice that all my fairies are extremely good in Agent Exodia because of one of the spell cards that I have, but I'll get into that later when I show you the Exodia side decking. Okay, and then the feature presentation right here, Tethys. So she's really good, and in fact she's quite broken. I can't believe that she hasn't been hit yet. She came out in the structure deck for the fairies actually a long time ago. And she's a level 5, which means that you do have to wait 2 turns. 1 turn to set the monster, 1 turn to sack the monster, and then summon her. But that's the reason why I run a lot of stall cards like Nova Summoner, Marshmallon, Gachi Gachi, you'll see that later. So her effect is essentially this. Every time you draw a card, if it was a fairy, you can reveal that monster, draw 1 more card. So for instance, trade-in. Let's say I activate trade-in with Splendid Venus, right? I draw a Marshmallon and I draw a reload. Well, one of those 2 cards that I drew was a fairy, so I show them the Marshmallon, keep on drawing. Oh, I drew a Venus. Show the Venus, keep on drawing. Oh, I drew up a Hyperion. Show the Hyperion, keep on drawing, etc., right? And it works anytime, whether you activate a trade-in, whether you activate a reload, shuffle all your cards back in your deck, draw them. One of them was a fairy. Show them, keep on drawing. It's amazing. It really is. Tethys is so good. The only problem that people say that they have with this deck, and that is because they don't know how to run it in the beginning, is they're like, oh man, I can't get Tethys fast enough. Well, the thing is, just relax. I mean, this deck is meant for fun, really. Just relax. Just stall until you get Tethys. Chances are that once you learn how to use this deck, you'll understand that there's a certain finesse about it. You'll learn when you need to use your reloads or your magical mallets before you actually have Tethys to try to get your Tethys. But until then, just practice, practice, practice. So that's all I have to say about that. Okay, 3 Venuses. Why? Because I need 6 agents for Hyperion. Hyperion only matters in the Slifer version because you need to actually summon him. In freaking Exodia, you can trade him in all you want. Who cares? So Venus. The reason why I really like her is because I don't even know where my Gachi Gachi is. Anyway, I've got a Gachi Gachi around here somewhere. So yeah, you go ahead and pay 1,000 life points, summon 2 shine balls, line up Gachi Gachi. He can take 3 hits before he goes down, right? So hopefully he can take 2 hits, and then next turn you can sack Gachi Gachi for Tethys. That's the whole reason why I run these stalls. So yeah. Anyway, Venus is really good. She can be banished to summon Hyperion later on once she's in the grave. Whatever, from the graveyard or actually from the field, it doesn't really matter. But yeah. Okay, so other stall cards that you'll need are like Nova Summoner. I used to run this deck without Nova Summoner, and I was a fucking retard. Nova Summoner is so fucking good. Okay, first of all, he can filter your deck quite easily. You set him, your opponent attacks, not knowing that it's a Nova Summoner. I mean, even if it was a Nova Summoner, he would still attack, right? You special summon another Nova Summoner from your deck. He's like, well, I've got 2 monsters, I'm going to attack again. Okay, well then, summon another Nova Summoner. Or you can go ahead and summon a Marshmallon or whatever. Now, they're stuck, they can't destroy by battle. But Nova Summoner is so good for being able to keep on taking hits all the way up until, like, I mean, essentially, you can take 3 hits from a monster, filter your deck by 3, and then summon Marshmallon. And then the only way they can get rid of it is with card effects. Or if they negate the effect, I guess, with, like, I don't know, Thor, Lord of this Air or whatever. But yeah, so Nova Summoner, really good. Doesn't that look like a freaking like Christmas wreath to you? I don't know. I don't know what Nova Summoner is supposed to be. It's a fairy, obviously, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. And then of course 2 Marshmallons. I only run 2 Marshmallons because I only want to run 40 cards in this deck. Marshmallon you can either just, you know, set because you got it in your hand, or you can special summon it through Nova Summoner. But essentially this baby stays on the field for a bit of a long time, right? He stalls, and then eventually you just sack him to summon Tethys. So 2 of them, that's pretty much it. And then of course, your vanillas, as people call them, your Mystic Shine Balls, right? So, whatever, they're pretty good. The only reason why I even have them, summon Gachi Gachi, that's it. You should, if you're running a Slifer version of this, you should actually run a Digesto Phoenix, just in case, because Digesto Phoenix can inflict 3,000 damage. Look into him, he's quite good, actually. 1 Honest, why? Because you can only run 1 Honest. But the reason why this is really good is for a Slifer version. He can protect some of your monsters like Venus or Nova Summoner or whatever. He can protect your monsters. He's a fairy. If you draw into him, you keep activating Tethys' effect. Why not run him? I mean, you can only run 1. So there's probably a reason why, and that's because he's extremely good. So whatever. I mean, if you summon him, you can always bounce him back to your hand in main phase 2. Doesn't really matter. Okay, now the main cards that are going to be giving you the pluses in this deck are going to be Magical Mallet, and I'm actually looking at my reloads right now. But yeah, Magical Mallet, and then the reloads I'll show you in a second. So Magical Mallet is really good. Here's what you need to do. I will usually you'll get to the point where you'll be really good at choosing between whether or not you should activate the mallet or the reload that's in your hand. If you're low on cards, what I usually do is I activate the mallet first, and then later on I'll activate reloads. But the reason why mallet is so freaking good is you only want to, if you can afford the space, if you can send back 3 fairies or more, then that's great. But all you want to do is with your mallet is send back fairy types. You don't want to send back Slifer, and you don't want to send back spells. And in the case of Exodia, you don't want to send back Exodia, because every single time you draw a piece of Exodia, it stops Tethys. Nada. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I don't know. I'm better with facial expressions, but this is my face right now, right? So whatever. So mallet, really good. Just put back fairies if you can afford it. Like, if you have 4 cards that you can put back, only fairies. Eventually you'll run into the part where you've got like 8 fairies in your hand, maybe like 5 spells and a Slifer or whatever. Just put back the fairies, because only drawing the fairies is really going to add to Tethys' effect. You don't want to put back spells and risk drawing into them and whatnot. Plus, the spells are usually going to be what gives you the draw power. You might as well want to hold on to them so that way you can activate them right after Tethys' effect breaks up again, right? So 3 mallets, really, really, really good. Plus, it helps in the beginning if you need to get Tethys to your hand a little bit faster. It helps. Oh, excuse me. Okay, and then 3 reloads, right? Essentially a Magical Mallet, except you don't get to choose what cards go back, but a lot of the times it doesn't fucking matter. Same exact thing. Usually reload and mallet neg your hand 1, but in this particular case, Tethys is going to plus your hand 20, so it doesn't fucking matter, right? So yeah, that's reload. The only annoying thing about this is, if you've ever played YGO Pro, oh my gosh, every single time you activate a freaking card, it's like, do you want to chain reload? Do you want to chain reload? No, I don't want to fucking chain reload. Anyway, okay. And then for Slifer only, you want to run hand instructions. So there are a few cards that are Slifer only, and there are a few cards that are Exodia only, and I'll show you which ones those are. So Slifer only, hand destruction. The reason why you want this is, I used to hand destruct Slifer and then Monster Reborn them. I can't do that anymore. So now what I'll do is, hand destruction is quite good. It negs your hand 1, but usually it's worth it because Tethys will plus your hand 20. So what I'll do is I'll hand destruct agents first, and then if I don't have any more agents, I'll just hand destruct fairies. Because you need to hand destruct the agents so that way you can banish them to summon Hyperion. But you also need to hand destruct fairies, that way you can banish them for Hyperion's effect, right? So it's really good. I like hand destruction, plus it's an extra way of drawing cards, right? The only way that this card is going to fuck you over is if your opponent doesn't have 2 cards, if he has less than 2 cards in his hand. But otherwise, this is a great card, and it fucks up Dark Worlds. I hate Dark World dealings because, I mean, I do run Dark World dealings in other decks, but it's very risky. I would never run 3 Dark World dealings, but 3 hand destructions really good. Because, I mean, think about it. You're going to keep, if you reload your spells go back into your deck. But if you hand destruct your fairies, then you don't have to worry about like drawing into those cards again. You filter your deck some, whatnot. So yeah, hand destruction. That's the way to go. Okay, so I've only got one Into the Void right now. You're supposed to run 3, obviously. Don't mind my thumb. That's not a 4th one. So you're only supposed to run 3, right? The 2 are actually coming in the mail. They should be here either the end of this week or next week. Doesn't freaking matter because, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to record or post this. But yeah, 3 Into the Voids, it's really good because unlike Upstart Goblin, which does not allow Tethys' effect to go on because it breaks up her effect, Into the Void does not. Now just make sure that if you're activating Into the Void, that Tethys will be able to successfully pull off all her shit and do amazing crap. Because, first of all, you can only activate this if Into the Void has to be the 3rd or more cards in your hand. So if I've got 2 hand destructions and an Into the Void, I can activate it. But if I've only got 1 hand destruction, 1 Into the Void, I can't activate it. It's dead. Try not to end up with it being the 2nd card in your hand. Make sure it's the 3rd or more because of that. Also, in the end phase, you discard your entire hand, but in terms of what I'm trying to do, there is no end phase for my opponent. He's going to die right here, right now. So anyway, that's Into the Void. Make sure that you have 3 more or 2 more to make it 3 total. And then, of course, how am I going to summon Slifer? Well, that's going to be double summon, right? You can't special summon them from the grave. So instead, Tethys, 2 Hyperions, double summon. So this card and double summon really are the only 2 dead cards, or this card and Slifer are really the only 2 dead cards in your deck, right? So if you draw into him, that's kind of bad, but hopefully you've got alternative spells to help you keep on drawing. But as soon as you get a chance, if you've got to reload and if you have to reload your entire hand, try to play double summon first, that way you don't draw into it again. First of all, as soon as you play double summon, you don't have to perform the extra normal summon. But later on you will. So it's really good. It gets it out of your hand, or gets it out of your hand. And whenever you get Slifer into your hand, then later on you'll be able to actually summon him, which is really good. So that's how you run that, right? Very powerful. You all have seen me run it electronically. I'll actually show you a few example duels. But now if you go into Duel 2, you're going to need to side out a few things, right? So you side out 8 things, I think? Well, I'm about to show you, so I guess I'll just wait. So you side out this, honestly, okay, anyway. And you side out, I think all 3 Earths? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I'll be able to do the calculation in a second. And of course, Slifer. You don't fucking need Slifer for Exodia, right? So you side out these. This is how many? 9 cards? Okay, actually, maybe it's 9 cards. Maybe it is only 8. Hold on. Well, so what you need to do is absolutely the 3 hand destructions, right? You don't want those because you can't hand destruct the Pieces of Exodia. Fucking Konami was a bitch and banned Pot of Avarice, so there's no way to get them back. You obviously don't need double summon, and you don't need Slifer for Exodia. You don't need Honest because you're not doing any attacking, so don't worry about that. So you lose 1 fairy so far, right? And I believe you lose these 3 fairies as well, so you're down 4 fairies. But there's 1 card that's in the Exodia deck that's not in the Slifer deck that is just so broken that you don't even need to worry about the fact that you're on a fairy deficit. So whatever. So first card should be pretty damn obvious. 1 Day of Peace is also unlike Upstart Goblin. If you activate 1 Day of Peace and you draw that card, you get to keep on drawing. It's not like Upstart Goblin. So this is like an Into the Void, except without the huge cost. But also, if you draw into this and you don't have Tethys yet, it protects you for a full turn, right? 1 Day of Peace, really good. I wish I could run 3, but, you know, whatever. That's 1 card. Obviously, the fucking 5 Pieces of Exodia. Let me try to set up Exodia right here. Because he's always cool to look at, right? Yeah. Man, I had to buy this guy in chunks. I mean, this isn't my Exodia, obviously. My Exodia is ultra hollow and everything. And it's in my other Exodia deck. Okay, so you've got these 5 cards, right? 6 cards. Okay, it is 9 cards, so you did have to take out all 3 Earths. And then, cards from the sky. This is the broken-ass card right here. The reason why, well, it's not broken because there is a huge drawback. But in my particular case, who the fuck cares? So you remove from play 1 light fairy-type monster in your hand and draw 2 cards. You cannot special summon or conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. For any other fucking deck, any other fairy-type deck, this card blows chunks out the water. But in my particular case for Exodia, that's exactly what I fucking need. Unlike hand destruction, this will not neg your card or neg your hand a card. It actually is a +0, and every single fairy works for this. Every single fairy in this deck. Venus, Tethys, Hyperion, whatever. Now, I try not to do it on my Hyperions or Splendid Venuses because of trade-in. I still run the 2 trade-ins in my fairy deck for both Exodia and Slifer. But cards from the sky, I mean, there are so many times that I've just like drawn into a dead card where I ran out of fairies for drawing. So I really didn't have anything that I could work with. But I had a cards from the sky and like a Nova Summoner or a Marshmallon. Drew 2 cards and kicked off Tethys' effect again. It's just so good. And it's cheap. It's like 50 cents. I mean, like, seriously? It's so freaking good. But anyway, so that's the entire deck in real life. Isn't that so cool? You actually get to see what my hands look like. Yeah, I know. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. I'm actually going to show you a few of the example duels that I did. Because what I was doing was I was on YGO Pro and my friend needed some convincing of why he should invest in these cards for this deck. Because we're going to run at, we're going to go to my locals in October and then we're going to go to regionals together. And at my locals, hopefully one of us can win the prize, which is always, you know, like a booster box of. So in this particular case, it'll be Judgment of Light. And yeah, I mean, between me running Quasar and him running Slifer Agents, there's no doubt in my mind one of us is getting the prize, because I've trolled at the last freaking locals tournament. The decks are not that good. And after what the ban list did to this last format, no fucking way that anything's topping over my Quasar. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to do it. And let me just go ahead and cut into the duels, alright? So I'll see you in like less than 5 seconds. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, anyway, hey guys, welcome back. So as you remember, I just said that I would be switching over to my replay, so I am. I'm actually recording this a little bit later than I was before. But anyway, so yeah, I've got a few videos that I want to show you that include Slifer Agents and Agent Exodia of the exact same deck that I just showed you, you know, in real life. So anyway, first, zombies, oh my gosh, they're so freaking good. And okay, so how about first we do against Dark Worlds. So, for the love of God, please do not use Dark Worlds. Oh my freaking gosh, because I hate Dark Worlds with a freaking passion. Honestly, I don't know why this guy wasn't running an extra deck, but yeah, he wasn't. So also, the thing is, Dark Worlds just don't seem that powerful anymore without their main trump card. Oh, actually, I forgot about Eradicator. But yeah, without their main trump card, Card Destruction, because it can like really fuck over your opponent. But either way, every single Dark World deck I've faced with either Exodia, Agents, or Quasar, I managed to beat them all, so it doesn't really matter. And my theory is it's because Card Destruction got banned. But anyway, so who goes first? I go first. Okay, so I can't really do anything except for stall, so I go ahead, summon Gachi Gachi, sit on him, and next turn, I might reload next turn if I don't get Tethys, just because I could reload 5 cards, but in the meantime, just let him do whatever he wants to do. Dark World dealings, so I just went ahead and sent Splendid Venus, since I can't really use her. Since I'm running Agents, or since I am running Slifer, Hyperion needs to stay in the hand at all times, because really this is the guy that you want to summon. Also, you can't get rid of double summon. Otherwise, how are you going to summon Slifer? So yeah, anyway. He goes ahead, he does his friggin' stuff and whatnot, attacks, and of course, Gachi Gachi's still on the field, thank God. Trade in, go ahead, trade in my Splendid Venus, and I drew the Tethys. Alright, perfect. I didn't have to activate reload, which is really good. Now, Magical Mallet, all 4 of them back. Actually, what I should have used was reload. Hold on to your Magical Mallets if you can, and then use your reloads first. Like, obviously, I can only send back 4 cards, and it's the preliminary stage of Tethys, so reload would have been better, but, you know, whatever. So you go ahead. Oh, actually, I held on to reload. That's the reason why I did that. But, I mean, that was kind of risky, because, look, I only drew 1 fairy. But it worked out that way, so I'm like, all right, hallelujah. So draw a fairy, draw a fairy. If I draw 1 more fairy, okay, well, I was about to say, that would have been really lucky. Anyway, so at this point, what you want to do is just go ahead and hand destruct the 2 fairies. You want to use up your hand destructions for your reloads, only because if you reload into a hand destruction, that's a dead that's a dead hand, or that's a dead draw. So go ahead. Plus, I need to put agents in the graveyard anyway, so I can summon Hyperion later on. So I drew 2 fairies. I show one of them to my opponent, and I keep on drawing, pretty much, right? So keep on drawing. Oh, okay. So the reason why I have Jupiter in here instead of 3 Earths is because in the OCG, which is what I used to test this deck out against Jarvis, and when I did, and I ran 3 fairies, it's like, oh, that's illegal. So I just kept in Jupiter just for aesthetic purposes. And I mean, obviously, I would run 3 Earths in real life because Jupiter's no good. He's really a bad card. Anyway, so go ahead and reload. I've got more than enough cards to send back a shit ton, draw a bunch of fairies, and including spells to keep the effect going. So yeah, Into the Void, draw. Go ahead, special summon him. That way I can clear the back row, whatever it might be. Hopefully it's not a Torrential Tribute, which, I mean, obviously it's not. But that's really what you're hoping that it's not, Torrential Tribute. Even if he bottomless Master Hyperion, as long as it's not a Torrential Tribute where it would also blow up Tethys, it's good. That's pretty well all you want, is it to not be a Torrential Tribute. And thank fucking God they limited it, because Torrential Tribute would have fucked this deck over. So he goes ahead and uses it, which doesn't fucking matter. So go ahead, hand destruct again. I drew Splendid Venus, so I show him Splendid Venus, keep on drawing, and eventually I'll play my double summon. Yeah, there you go. That way, when I'm ready to summon Slifer, I can, because all I'm really looking for right now is the Master Hyperion. Didn't draw a fairy, so go ahead and activate trade in the Splendid Venus. Draw 2 more cards. I drew a fairy, so now I get to keep the effect going. Keep on drawing. Activate Into the Void. Drew a fairy, perfect, and it's actually the Hyperion that I wanted. Keep on drawing. Okay, banish, summon, and that's 14,000 attack, so you know exactly what happens. Bam, just like that. Went from 8,000 to 0, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. Okay, and then here's dragons. I don't know what type of dragons, but oh right. So I remember this guy. I don't know. Dragons seem to be Peking Goblin. Never heard of it. Anyway, so dragons seem to be a thing now because of the latest, dragon support cards that they've got. Okay, yeah, he runs Blue-Eyed Maiden. But yeah, in my opinion, oh my gosh, a Lord of D? Are you serious? Well, I guess that's why he had Flute of Summoning Dragons. But anyway, dragons, in my opinion, unless you run it purely off of Blue Eyes White Dragon, they're not that great. So, yeah. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I mean, I have a Blue Eye Shining Dragon deck, and I'm going to work on it. It's just that first I wanted to post this because I actually own this. My roommate actually owns this deck in real life, so let's put it that way. So yeah, I just set up the blocker. That way he can filter my deck anytime he wants. So pretty much what I was going to do was, if he sets too many back row, I'll just summon Blackrose Dragon and blow up the fucking field. But right now, Gachi Gachi for extra defense. Honestly, I thought this guy was going to be a little more offensive than he was, but he wasn't. So I was like, okay. Because I drew Earth, and I was going to summon Blackrose right here, but instead he torrentialed. So I was like, okay, whatever, Gachi Gachi stays on the field. Go ahead, reload, draw 6 new cards, and end my turn because I can't do anything. So that's fine. He summons Blue Eyes, but Gachi Gachi gets to stay on the field for 1 more turn. Hopefully I draw into a Tethys or something. I don't, but I can mallet away. So there you go. Oh, look at that, Tethys, perfect. So now I mallet all 4 cards because I need to add enough back that I would draw into more fairies plus spell cards. So that's exactly what I do. No sense in risking it. Thankfully, I drew into another mallet, but I need to draw into some fairies. That way I can build up my hand. Oh, thank you, Slifer, you piece of shit. That's alright. Send back those 3. Awesome! Nothing, but the End of the Void's great. Another one. Finally, thank you. A fairy, so get to keep on drawing. Oh, see? See what I mean? That's the reason why you always should have backups like End of the Void. And trade-in in this particular case. Thank God for the trade-in. Draw 2 cards. They're both fairies. Awesome. Draw, keep on drawing. Eventually I'll be able to activate the hand destruction. That way I get to put 2 in the grave, draw 2, and whatever. So put some agents in the grave for Hyperion. So Venus and Jupiter. Draw 2 more fairies. That's great. Keep on drawing. And then I can activate the End of the Void whenever I want. First of all, start blowing up his back row. Blow up his second back row because I had no idea what the hell it was. Okay. Activate Into the Void. Keep on drawing. That's great. Hand Destruct. Whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. Draw 2 more cards. Then I can actually start reloading if I wanted to. But, I mean, it's not absolutely necessary. The only thing is I'm a little hesitant sometimes about reloading my Slifer just because if he's in my hand. But I haven't played Double Summon yet, have I? No, so I'm still waiting on that Double Summon pretty much. I've got the rest of the field lined up. But, yeah, I'm just looking for that Double Summon. And, of course, where the hell is Slifer? So, thank God this guy actually has more than 2 cards, or 2 or more cards in his hand, and I actually have a hand destruction. So, there's the Double Summon. Now, all I'm looking for is Slifer. There he is. Keep on drawing. And go ahead, destroy him. Because if he did have an Honest in his hand, that would have sucked if I attacked with Slifer, right? So, thankfully, he has just enough attack, and, of course, the guy quit out. So, I mean, he's about to take a 9,000 hit from fucking Slifer the Sky Dragon. Slifer, the executive producer! So, yeah, that's Slifer Agents. So, and then I've got Agent Exodia, which I kind of like a little bit better, just because you don't have to rely on attacking, but whatever. So, go ahead, summon Gachi Gachi, so that way next turn I can sack for Tethys. This is a really, really good opening hand. You're not always going to get good opening hands like I did last duel, but whatever. So this guy, one of the reasons why I like it is because, look at this. Like, if I tried attacking with Sakuretsu armor, I would have to blow up back row in order to do that. So it's really good that I don't have to rely on summoning monsters. I mean, except for Tethys, of course. But, like, special summoning Hyperions and that stuff. So, yeah, go ahead, Into the Void. Didn't draw it, oh well. Banish Honest to draw 2 cards. Perfect. Drew Fairies, keep on drawing. Keep on drawing. Essentially this over and over and over again. Into the Void, really good. Doesn't matter. Cards from the Sky, one of my useless fairies. Drew 2 Pieces of Exodia, fuck. But that's okay. So what I can do is Mallet back my 4 fairies. Draw something else. Drew 2 Pieces of Exodia. That's pretty freaking amazing. Unfortunately, I have to reload it, so go ahead and reload my entire hand. I drew 3 Pieces of Exodia, which isn't bad. And thankfully, I drew a Cards from the Sky, because I can't trade in anything. Well, actually, now I can, but that was pretty lucky. Anyway, so go ahead. I've got 4 Pieces of Exodia. Trade in Venus, and that's actually game right there. So, BAM! In your face, motherfucker! God, I hate 6 Sams now. I mean, why would you run them? They're dead. I mean, they really got hit when, Gateway from the 6 got banned. I mean, I understand why they would ban it. I don't think it should have been banned, but I understand why they thought it should have. But still, that's a real bitch of a move, you know, to do that. So anyway, I unfortunately had to summon one of the Shine Balls from my hand, which I don't like doing, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do, right? So anyway, thank God this guy had a really shitty deck. Otherwise, that might have proved a little harder, but, you know, whatever. So I was going to go ahead and wait until I might draw into another spell card like a Mallet, but I didn't. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm tired of waiting. Please give me something. And then that reload actually was really good because I drew into a fairy, so I get to keep on drawing. And plus I've got a Cards from the Sky, which I can actually activate on like Nova Summoner or Marshmallon. So keep on drawing. And at this point, since I've got a trade in and a Cards from the Sky and plenty of fairies, you've won the game, pretty much. I mean, there's just really nothing, unless he had already compulsed back Tethys, there's really nothing that he can do to stop you at this point. So, yeah, it's in the bag. I mean, you would have to get some really shit draws, like drawing Pieces of Exodia to, like, really slow you down. But Cards from the Sky, 2 Cards from the Sky in your hand, that's just unbelievably good, because you get to keep on drawing, Cards from the Sky again. Keep on drawing. Okay, you've got 4 Pieces of Exodia. Keep on drawing. Probably the next thing is going to be a Piece of Exodia or something. No, it's not. It's Cards from the Sky, but who cares? Banish. Draw 2 more cards. Okay, and I can trade in Hyperion. Draw 2 more cards. Keep on drawing. Isn't that just lovely, people? Keep on Mallet. Everything that's not a spell or a Piece of Exodia, aka all your fairies, like I've been telling you all along. Draw, and that's game. As soon as you drew it, immediately it's like you win because you have all 5 pieces. Really, really cool. And then I think I've got one last one. Yeah. Agent Exodia beats a dumbass. Oh my gosh, dude. I fucking hate Fire King Avatar decks. Mainly because this guy was running like a crossbreed of Yubel and Fire Kings. I don't know. I really don't like him, but yeah. Anyway, so Nova Summoner. Oh shit, he gets to go first. Fuck him. So yeah, he does his weird ass shit. Let him do whatever he wants. Summon Nova Summoner. Let it filter your deck and whatever. And let him attack. I mean, Nova Summoner can take as many hits as this guy can deliver pretty well. So go ahead, do that. Attack. Yeah, summon Marshmallon. That way next turn he can't do anything. My turn. What do? Nothing. So I just mallet everything back. Hopefully I draw. Fuck. Oh well. That's alright. At least I got 2 Pieces of Exodia out of the way. But really, all I'm looking for now is a Tethys. Don't get it, but I can trade it in. And I get a Tethys. Thankfully, I can mallet these 4 back. Draw 4 cards, and hopefully it's something good. Okay, I can work with that because I drew a fairy and a draw card, which is really all I need. Fuck. Into the void, draw it again. Fuck. Into the void, draw again. Fuck! Really? Come on, deck. Don't be a dick. Okay, here we go. Thankfully, I drew a fairy, so I get to keep on drawing. Another fairy, get to keep on drawing. Another fairy, keep on drawing. Okay, at this point, I've won, so it doesn't really matter. With this big of a hand and 2 draw cards, you've won. I mean, it's going to be... Like, you would have to draw into 3 Pieces of Exodia in order to, like, really block you. So, don't worry about it. Into the void. Draw. Okay, well, that was crappy. But I've got 2 cards from the sky, so it doesn't matter. Now I just drew another cards from the sky, so that's great. Draw again, and then I'll activate my last cards from the sky before I activate a reload. I might not even have to, though. I've got 3 Pieces of Exodia. I just need 2 more. So, whatever. Keep on drawing. Trade in my Venuses, whatever. 2 Hyperions, that's good. Keep on drawing until I draw into a Piece of Exodia. Cards from the sky, that pretty well should win me. The duel, nope. Wow, really? Okay, watch this. Game, motherfucker. So that's how you do it. Agent Exodia, really hard to stop, really fun to play, unless you're running against Agent Exodia. So, sucks to be you. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the actual live finger display of the deck. I'll be doing another one on Quasar, so look for that in the future. Look at my opponent's life points. It's the complete opposite of Slifer build, where normally I would reduce them to 0. Not necessary. Exodia punches them in the face. So, hoorah! I'll talk to you in the future. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.